Welcome to my channel. This is Grace Manzi here. In the video today, I'll be showing you how to make a gathered skirt with pockets. Okay, very simple and straightforward, and also very beginner friendly. Before we get into the video, I just want to say a special thank you to those who subscribed to my channel, those who liked, shared, and those who took time to watch the videos. Thank you so much, and God bless you. If it's your first time watching my channel, today is your day. Why don't you subscribe, like, and share the videos, and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Now let's get straight into the video. You are going to need your fabric and matching zipper, some interfacing, some pins, a chalk, a tape measure, a pair of scissors, and also you are going to need a pen and paper to do some calculations. Okay, these are the measurements required: the waist measurements, the hip, the skirt length, the waistband, and also the gathering fullness. Some people multiply the hip by 1.5. I am going to multiply it by 2 because I want a full flare. Okay, I want it to be very flared, so I'm going to multiply the hip circumference by 2. Okay, so this is basically the cutting out layout for the skirt. Okay, it's going to consist of the skirt front, skirt back, which is 2 pieces joined together here, and a waistband. Right, now starting with the skirt front, because our waistband is 2 inches wide, we are going to subtract that from our total length, and we remain with 25 inches. Okay, and then we add 1.5 inches, that is 1/2 inch for joining with the waistband and 1 inch for the hem, and the width is going to be 26.5 inches wide, and for the length it's going to be 51 inches, because our 100 inches, which is going to be our total width, which we get by multiplying the hip by 2. Right, if we divide that by 2, you get 50 plus 1 inch, that is 1/2 inch on either side for joining with the front. We get 51 inches. Okay, now for the back, it's going to be 2 pieces, which are like that, 25 inches, which is our length. Okay, right, plus 1/2 inch on either side. Okay, to join with the other piece, that gives us 26 inches. So you are going to have 2 pieces of those, 26 inches wide and 26 inches wide, and then the width is just going to be the same, 25 inches plus 1.5 inches wide, which is 1/2 inch for joining with the waistband and 1 inch for the hem. Okay, now the waistband is cut on fold. Okay, so you multiply that 2 inches wide by 2, and I get 4. Okay, right, I add 1 inch sewing allowance, that is 1/2 inch on either side, okay, of the waistband, and I get 5 inches wide. Right, and the length is going to be 36 inches, which is my waist circumference, plus 4 inches, which is for the buttonhole and also for joining allowance. Okay, so all together it's going to be 40 inches long. Okay, so because my table is very small, I have to show you the way I've cut out my fabrics. Okay, so starting with the back, I've got 2 pieces here, right, and I've cut them according to the plan. Okay, so I've got 2 for the back. Okay, and I've got 1 long one, it's 50 inches long and 26 inches wide. That's for the front. Okay, and then I've got the waistband done. As you can see, that's the waistband. which is 5 inches wide and 40 inches long. Okay, I've also gone ahead and cut out some interfacing, right? So I'm going to remove the pins when I've ironed it on. That shiny side goes against the wrong side of the fabric, so I'm going to just press it on and my waistband will be ready. Now for the pockets, make sure you've got 4 layers of fabric, okay? 1, 2, 3 and 4, okay? 4 layers of fabric there. That's two pockets, 1 on each side of your skirt, right? For cutting out the pocket, all you do is you put your hand like you're putting your hand in the pocket, like I'm doing here, and draw around it, okay? Draw around that hand coming up, okay? Let me draw it so that you can see it. I know the chalk and the fabric almost look the same, but yep, here is the pocket. That's what it looks like, okay? Then you go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so that's your pockets done. My hand can fit in there nicely. Okay, now to start sewing, I'm going to start by joining the 2 pieces for the back piece together, right? They're the center back, and then I'll show you how to attach the zip. So I'm going to sew here 1/2 inch sewing allowance up to about 7 inches, okay, and leave the 7 inches to attach the zip. At the same time, I've got to overlock as well to tidy up the seam before I can attach the zip. Okay, the back seam is done, as you can see, nice and neat, ready to insert the zip. So to insert the zip, the first thing I do is just put a pin here to hold this together so it doesn't shift, okay? Right. Once I've done that, I'm going to attach the zip now. So all I do is get the zip, okay? This is the wrong side, this is the right side. Put it in place right there, okay? Can you see that? Once I've done that, I go ahead and pin it in place, okay? Okay, and then I go ahead and pin it on the other side. Okay, so if we go to the right side, that's our zip done, okay? Can you see? So all I do is just go ahead and stitch along 1 centimeter seam allowance around the zip, okay? Taking out the pins in as I go ahead. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it, and very important thing, I'm going to use this zipper foot, okay? So I'm going to show you how I'm going to use this thing here to sew this zip in place, okay? You see this foot has got a gap there, okay? Right, and this is the pin, right? So this is how you set your sewing machine and you start sewing the zip in place. So you take out the pin, okay? You don't want any accidents, and then you start sewing around the zip, okay? All the way down, right? Right. Once you get to the edge here, okay? Once you get to the edge there, I'm going to show you how you're going to turn around and stitch on the other side, okay? Okay, once you get to the corner here, you simply make a 90-degree turn, right? Come this side and then sew again going up, and that's the zip done, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is just to make 2 rows of gathering stitches. all right, this side as well as that side. I'm going to do the same again with the front, okay, all the way at the top here. I'm going to put 2 lines of gathering stitches, all right, all the way, okay, before I join the 2 front and back pieces together. The next thing you are going to do is attach these pocket pieces onto the skirt front and back using 1/4 inch seam allowance, okay, all the 4 pieces. Okay, the next thing you are going to do is to pin the front and back pieces together like this, okay, making sure the pockets are well aligned all the way down, okay, to the hem. Do the same on the other side of the skirt, okay. Once you've done that, you're going to use 1/2 inch sewing allowance, okay, right, all the way around the pocket and all the way down to the hem, both sides, and also knitting the seam using overlocking. Now to pull the gathers, you start from the back, okay, this is the zip, and those are the 2 rows of gathering stitches, these ones you can see here. So what you need to do is grab some thread from the top row and also from the bottom row, right, like that, okay, pull them at the same time. Using counter traction. Okay, once you've got that much, can you see, get a pin and secure the threads using a pin, like what I'm doing here, up and down, up and down, so those threads are secured. So you come to this end here, okay, again pull out 2 threads, one from the top and one from the bottom row, okay, so you start pulling them again until you get 9 inches this end here, because this is 1/4 of the waistline measurement, which is 36. So you pull them together at the same time like I'm doing, okay. So you do this side here as well as that side, and also make sure to notch the midpoint of the front piece so that it can help you when you are pulling the threads. So for the front you are going to need 18 inches, and for the back 18 inches. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, now I've got my gathers in place. As you can see, the skirt has got some shape now, right, and those are the pockets. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to attach the waistband. Now to attach the waistband, you pin it in place as I have done here, leaving 1/2 inch on this side and the remainder on the other side, okay. So you are going to stitch the waistband in place using 1/2 inch seam allowance. Now you're going to close the ends of the waistband by stitching 1/2 inch seam allowance here and close that end, and this other end here use 1/2 inch seam allowance and come back here, okay, to join that seam here, right. Then you can turn it over, right. Once you've turned it over, all you simply do is just to attach it to that end, okay, right, and stitch from the right side, okay, very close to that seam so that it's not showing, okay, and then the waistband will be done. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, that's the gathered skirt done. Right, as you can see, with pockets, right? Very beautiful. So, as always, I'm going to try it on and show you how it looks on me. I'm sure it's going to be looking beautiful. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.